the queen, Sunda Krunquist.
Bruja! Brujas! Where are my brujas? Am I the only one? Oh my God, there's a couple jogging in the rain. Why are you guys so afraid of rain? The only reason I was afraid of rain is that I would get my hair wet and then it would look like this. And then I realized if I had my hair like this for the last 40 years, I would have gotten more work. And I've realized when I do myself, when I book myself on these casting calls, I've noticed that when they ask for a black woman, for me, they ask me to be pleasantly plump. And I don't know what pleasantly plump is, because on the black side of my family, there's no pleasantly plump. It's like either you're normal and just, that's it. And on the white side, it's either you're normal, you just like that. So there's no way. And I know something really true about myself. It's really hard when you're a little white trash, just a little bit. You know you're a little white trash when, wow, that's a whole new ball game. You know you're white trash when you change your sheets by turning them inside out when you have a date with another guy. What's the other way you have white trash? Oh, my God. My God, when you hide all your shoes in the under the kitchen sink. Oh, my God. You know what I love about white trash, though? They will watch your animals and take care of them. I had 2 birds, Heathcliff and Princess. Oh, they weren't birds. They were cats. What am I saying? But they killed my friend's chicken, and I felt so bad about that. And then, I'm not going to use her real name because I've been sued before, but this guy says to me, in Los Angeles, he's an architect, and he says, you're from Paterson, New Jersey, I heard. And I said, yeah. He goes, well, I didn't know if it was true or not. What's it be? Okay, it's true. He says, because my husband is from Paterson, New Jersey. And the men I knew in Paterson at that time were not husbands. Okay? I mean, they were husbands' wives, but I don't know any husbands of husbands, so I guess it's a husband's husband thing, but I tried him. And I said, what is your husband's name? He said, Carlos Miranda. And I said, his sister Ellen Rose Miranda. And he says to me, and she's gay. Just like that. He goes, and she's gay. And this is a girl that doesn't want me to know. How do I know that? I have a show in Jersey, okay? So I'm getting ready to go on. It's a little funky night. You know, I'm getting my groove on. Well, my friends are there, right, from grammar school. So you don't understand unless you're Catholic, Irish. Maybe when Aaron gets up here, you'll feel it more. But, hey, come on in. Wait, is this a real person? Yo, brother man, what's up?
Hey, man, how's it going? Come on in.
How you doing? I'm trying to figure that shit out. I forgot what I was talking about. It's okay. This is what goes on. This is an open mic night, and
You're talking about Patterson.
I was talking about Patterson, and what about Patterson?
Yeah, you said some guy said you're from Patterson and baby and the husbands and no husbands and I don't know.
Oh, and it's... Listen, I was doing a show in Patterson. No, in New Jersey, and my friends from Patterson, from St. Teresa's in Patterson Catholic, they were there, and they say to me, what are you going to do now? And they point in the audience, and a nun is there. If you've gotten your ass kicked enough by a nun, if you get your ass kicked enough by a nun, you'll know what I'm talking about. So you go to Jewish day school, it's very different. All they do is say, class, more Frida, I want you to be quiet now. You want to be quiet now? No. Black people like, you got to go to the cry room, and they snatch you out. I went to a black church, and they snatched my daughter out and said she has to go to the cry room. But she wasn't crying. She was laughing and playing and singing, but she had to go to the cry room. We normally don't have animals here, but I'm afraid because of our situation with the economy that somebody might eat him. So I said, no, don't get up, don't get up, don't get up. Ignore him. I don't want him to bite somebody. Does he, because, you know, I had a dog that only bit black people. It bit my mother and my cousins and not me or my father. And I'm black.
I had a dog that was accused of being racist.
Racist dogs. It's real. It's so real.
Happened to me.
Listen, my friend said to me, you know, when, I'm going to use another word. When the black kids come from the projects, the dogs go crazy in our house. How come they don't go crazy when you walk in? And I was like, those, I'm the same people from the projects. And by the way, my aunt manages that project. It was so crazy to think that a dog can be racist. And if I'm making this stuff up, you guys will write me and say, Sunda, you can't do that. There was a pet store in Patterson. When my mother would walk in, you know what the bird would say? Look at the nigger. Look at the nigger. Look at the nigger. And guess what? My father took me to see this bird do this to my mother. That's horrible. I didn't believe a bird would do that. So I said, I wonder if it's going to do it when I come in. And it didn't do it again. And she said, what the hell's the difference? And I was just like, I think we're different. I have a mixed family. Where's the dog? Hey, dog, why don't you come and lick my baby toe? Remember when dogs would clean your feet? Remember when dogs would, don't, wait, what's this all you want to say? Put that down. Put that down. Where's a treat? You got a treat? Don't eat my plant. That's cannabis. Let me tell you, we got wonderful things going on here. It's okay. Hey, listen. This dog only barked at one black woman. And it was me with my nappy head. So this is a racist-ass dog. All right? But you know what? My birds are really scaring me. So I have 2 birds that I rescued. Just to let you know, I rescued birds. I've had you here before. Right? Last week, 2 weeks? Forgive me because of my name. You didn't sign in. Nobody signed in. They think I have a memory. I have nothing. It's gone. Wasn't it great? Oh, my God. He's the best. I love Anya. And I wanted to go. Aaron, you look like a father right now. You get out of here. You get out of here. Oh, my.
You gotta control your dog.
This is not going on live. But you know what? It's the holiday. You'll hear them ding, ding, dangling, ring, ring, ringing this year. I should announce that I'm really proud that this year we really have focused on the fact that we have an acting class here for comedians, which is very important because as comedians, we tend to want to change the script and make it funnier. We could do this with it, that with it. Under the direction of Aaron McIntyre, you'll be able to memorize without worrying about memorization, and you'll be able to act and not act like you're acting for the friggin' next line. And that's what you got to do. That's how I used to screw up. Until I met Aaron, I helped him with his audition, and I cut off the camera. I said, great job. He said, I was not finished. I was in my moment. So I'm going to bring Lee on stage because, well, give it up for Aaron McIntyre, who does run the LA School of Comedy's acting department. And yes, come up here and get this done, you poor thing.
Hello. I'm actually coming to return this card to you.
I didn't know.
I gotta boost the thing. You know, it's no power.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll
Are
do
you
it.
gonna bring Lee up?
Bring up. Okay.
Yeah, bring Lee up.
Lee, what's your dog's name?
Bodie.
What's his name?
Bodie.
Bodie?
Bodie.
That's why he's acting like that.
Yeah.
You can't name a dog Bodie. Be like, yo,
Surfer.
Keyshawn. You know, like, yo. Like, yo. All right, guys. We're going to bring up the talented Lee Schwartz. Why? Because we love him. And let's bring up Bodie as well, I think. Okay. No, Bodie ain't biting my black and white ass right here. You bring your dog with you like you blind. You come up here with a white cane so I don't get sued. That dog ain't going to stay, Lee. That dog ain't paying attention, Lee.
Stay.
Okay, we want to clap, but we can't.
Yep. My dog's gonna go to diversity training soon to deal with. He's not racist. My dog. Not this one. Another one I had was. Well, I lived on West Adams for a while, and there's this one African American guy that would come and bother my dog every single day, and the dog would go crazy, and he accused the dog of being racist. He really did, and talked to me about it, and I didn't know what to say. What do you want me to do about it? And I didn't have an answer for him, but I said my dog just barks at everyone equally. So, it's equal. Yeah. Equal opportunity barker. You name it, all denominations barks the hell out of them. The one before this, yeah. So this one's calmer. So it's subtle racism. It's undercurrent racism. No, I'm just kidding. No. He likes he likes most Jewish people. It's ones that give biscuits. People that don't give biscuits, he's those stingy Jewish folks that don't give biscuits. He harbors feelings against those people. But anyway, I'm gonna try to do something here. My parents, this show coming up, my parents are gonna come to. I didn't expect that to happen, so I've had to change things around a little bit, and I have to address it. I'm trying to think of ways to, and I really wish they didn't come, but they're gonna come, and nothing I can do about it. So I'm gonna try to have them be plants, kind of, tell them what's gonna happen, so I don't offend them or something. I don't know how I've been trying to avoid this for a long time. My parents coming to these things, and now they ambushed me, and I couldn't get out of it. But kind of like, I'm gonna say kind of like, I had trouble bringing. Some people come to my show, and I had trouble bringing some people. So I figured, I dug deep and trying to find someone. I dug up my parents, and not really dug them up, and they are still here. They look like they've been dug up, but they're here. They're really here, and I don't have, they're the only parents I got. So I tried to get other parents to come, but they didn't want to. And these were my first choices. These parents, those ones. So I'm not going to let them stand up or anything. They're just going to stay. And they'll remain anonymous. No one's going to ever know they're my parents. And I'm not going to let that happen. I think that'll ruin everything. But and my girlfriend drove me here. Drove me as in drove me out of the house. I couldn't take her anymore. So sought refuge here. Then my parents found me. No. Yeah. But so, and sometimes my girlfriend says things in anger, and she means every one of them. Yeah. So, but she says that she's so much happier before she met me when she lived alone by herself. But yeah. But I understand that because I break a lot of her things unintentionally. I told her I have limited spatial awareness. And she said, "What the hell is that?" "That's something you made up." And I said, "It does exist. Trust me, it does." And she said, "You just have limited brain capacity. That's all you got." But I put up with every day, that, and she does too. So we're gonna I think we're gonna take a break, and kind of absence makes the heart grow fonder. So I think we'll need about 9 months to get a lot fonder of each other. Maybe I'll even go to Hawaii for a while and really get us fonder of each other. I'll get much fonder, I'm sure. Having Mai Tai or whatever on by the pool, I'll get fonder, and then we'll really work on a relationship. And I think her and I do have a loving relationship. Her and I, it's just not with each other. But I go on, and she understands. She reminds me of a dog I had, actually, my first dog that ran away, and I was so upset. And I said, "My mom, why did it run away?" And she said, "Don't take it personally. It just probably ran away to find a much better family than ours. One that really cared." I'm like, "Oh, okay. That makes me feel good. Okay. Okay." And sometimes when my girlfriend gets really angry, she gets the angry face, and she's like coming at me, and not with knives this time or anything like that, just plastic plates. But I stop her in her tracks and I say, "Be happy or not me." I say that. She stops and she really thinks about it. And she's like, "Okay." And then she goes and gardens and things like that, and I'm saved. Appeal to her sensitivities. Not that there's many, but I try to do stuff like that, And then she thinks of what a awful life she's created for me. And And she enjoys it. She relishes in it. She says, I told her that, we're not alike, really. And she said, thank God.
Oh.
Okay, well, and I said, maybe we should figure something out, between us. Maybe, I don't know, something that could, I try to say spruce up our sex life, something like that. Maybe that's what we need, or something like that. I said we should do something sexually adventurous, something afraid to get caught, something like that. And she said, could I cheat then? It wasn't the answer I was looking for, but maybe that is an answer. I don't know. And she says also, like, you ruin sex. You don't take it seriously at all. And I said, that's not true. And she said, this is a one my parents can't hear. But the other day she said I was laughing behind her back. And I said, that I wouldn't do such a thing. I was texting. Yeah. But I try to help her out, though. And the craziest thing, the only time she smokes is after sex. So I said, what's going on? Why haven't we had sex in a while? And she said, well, I'm trying to stop smoking. But then I'm thinking, she's like, can you support me in my attempt to stop smoking? And I said, of course I can. Of course I can. And she's like, yeah, well, you're going to have to put up with no sex for a real while. And I said, I don't know. Maybe it's okay. You can smoke all you like. But I realized I can't get out of that. I can't win there, How do I get out? Okay, she doesn't smoke, then that means I'm not getting sex, right? So if she smokes more, then I get more sex. So it's okay for her to keep smoking and have her smoke a lot, because I'm fine with that. But what do I? It's just I can't get out. I can't figure out what to do there, and I need help. I need lots of help. Yeah, do that. All right. Yeah. All right, that's the answer. So I had a rough week, though. I get a car accident. Then I got a rental car. It got all scraped up, and I didn't get the insurance. Of course, stupid. And so I had an hour to bring it back. It's all scratched up, and I realized I was going to take it through mud, get it all caked up in mud, so they didn't see the scratches. I brought it back. Great idea, till they washed it, and it wasn't. So, but thank you all for listening. I really appreciate it.
You will not leave. You will sit down with your dog. Sit down.
What's that? Sit down with my dog.
Lee, the things that happen to you and this girlfriend of yours, I don't know. We're going to have a lifetime special. If not, we're going to see you on Snapped on Oxygen. But to let you know that the fun's always here. And just the great news is that because we do stream live, because of the holiday, when there's less people here, there's more people watching. And if you're watching, make sure you watch me on Amazon Prime. Sundar Krunk live from Hollywood. And at this time, I'm going to bring up to the stage the one and only Susano Salcedo. Susano.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. It's Susano Salceda. Sorry.
Salcedo.
Yeah. No.
Salcedo.
Yeah, Salceda. Yeah. Oh, it's all good. No, don't even worry about it. That's happened all my life. But my name's Susano. I grew up in the 90s. I was in, school with a bunch of extremely racist teachers who could not say my name, so I would get Suzanne. Where did the A and there's an A-N and an A after my word with an O was son of a. Okay. When 9/11 happened, this was the craziest one. This guy was like, he said my first name right, Susano, but then he was like, Salceda?
No!
What the fuck did you just say, sir? Where? I see a C in there, and then you turn, where's the, Wait, what? It says Susano Salceda. And this fucking girl who hated me goes and corrects him because she loved to correct people. It's Salceda, sir. Okay. Oh, fuck. Damn, for once she wasn't being an asshole to me. Beautiful. No, it was nice. It was nice. No, but it's no, it's I'm used to. I had a bunch of coaches who watched this. I don't know if anybody's ever seen a movie called Necessary Roughness, but these coaches of mine watched it one way too many fucking times because in this movie, these gentlemen, not from purposely needing to, but from necessity, football players getting cut and thrown off the team due to bad grades, whatever, whatnot. So they had an Iron Man team. Iron Man team is basically everybody plays both ways except for maybe one or two players, like a kicker, maybe a quarterback, depending. This guy wanted to do some kind of an Iron Man team when we had tons of other people. I'm like, oh, well, they just didn't earn it. Okay, whatever. We didn't kiss your ass deep enough. I'm sorry. I didn't realize the brown needed to be all the way up here, sir. I'm sorry, but it just. I've never been a kiss ass, so I wasn't gonna play for that prick. Got to another coach who actually had a pair of balls and was not, in need of people giving him a rim job. So we're just sitting there like, hey, what are we gonna do, coach? I don't know. But this guy, he used to call me Susie. Son of a bitch. But he didn't do it like a prick, and it was hilarious because at a party, I thought this was one of the funniest shits in the world. All these girls are sitting there laughing at me. Look at Susie, it's Susie. And one of my buddies goes, hey, dog, remember that movie Next Friday and shit? Yeah. Yeah. You remember? Yeah, what about it? And then you seen, like, Friday After Next and stuff? What about it, fool? Remember when they're talking to Craig's dad? And that cochina with the, she got that lineup, dog, the girl. The landlord, Damon's mom, he goes, yeah. Remember what she calls him? What? Yes, Sweet Dick Willie. My name's not Willie, stupid. We're gonna fucking flip it on these bitches, dog. They're making fun of you. What'd you call my homie? What'd you call him? His name's Susie. His name's Sweet Dick Susie, bitch. Get that shit right. I thought, oh, son of a bitch. Hey, man. Hey, I thank you for the effort, but that's son of a bitch. And then you get every single older person who listened to Johnny Cash once. You ever hear of a boy named Sue? Yes, I have. So has my father. So has my children. We know the song. Oh, yeah, is that you? Are you a boy named Sue? No, my daddy did not leave home when I was 3, sir. And he's like, oh my God. Oh, son of a bitch. It's my name. Most of the time, by the way that I walk, I offend people. So, sorry, it wasn't even a runway, son of a bitch. What you crying about? The fuck, dude? Dispensa. I had this. I had this beautiful time right before I went into Hell Week, my freshman year of high school. I got to see a double taping. It was Raw and SmackDown. I watched the Kane and Lita marriage. It was hilarious. I had signs that you're allowed to take signs as long as it wasn't too offensive. Right. So my buddies is like, okay, boys, watch your P's and Q's. Come on, no cuss words, so we don't have to. I was like, but it won't be funny with. Okay, then you have to do like dollar signs and the extras and all different things. Come on, do something. The main letter and then the ending letter, and we do things in between. Okay? So all right, cool, whatever. So I made a sign that said, "Please, Lita, don't do it. You're gonna break my heart." The kid's gonna hold this up, and it's gonna make a difference. So it was always funny to me whenever girls thought they hurt me or broke my heart or something. Like, listen here, little lady. In 9th grade, I watched a woman that I had no reason to like her other than the fact that she wrestled, did backflips with her thong right way up her butt and showing. She had pants on and her thong's up here though. And she's sitting there coming out in the crowd like this. I was like, hey, Doug, did she watch South Park? She watched the Finger Bang episode? Because she just kept this. I was like, hey, Doug, this is a children are watching, ma'am, and you're doing that. I like this lady. But then she married Kane, and if you guys seen his face back then, it was scary. So I was like, fuck, I got a chance. All right. It didn't work. She didn't read my sign. But prior to that fake wedding, I had another sign. It was a horrible faction. It was called Evolution. It was supposed to be old and the now and the future coming together. It was Ric Flair, Triple H, Batista, Randy Orton, and I was in the second row. So my signs actually were seen by these people. my sign, and just to be funny, because he was a smart ass, like to argue with people, you'd see him do the "fuck you" to the crowd, all kind. So I'm pointing at Ric Flair because I know he's gonna see it, and I know he's gonna say some shit. And just me being a little smart ass, because I know he's old. I know that this guy looked like he ain't had too many years on him at that time. And this was back in, shit, I think 2003 or something like that. Something like that. And so I put on the sign, "Please, Ricky, just retire. Nobody wants to see you have a stroke on national television." And I'm holding it up, and it's big fucking sign, big enough for this fucker to see. These guys, they have this thing in their program, in their universe called KFAB. You gotta keep a straight face, no laughing, no. But they also have dead zones in these fucking walks to the ring. Triple H is the first person. Fucking shit, Ricky, look. And then the camera comes back, and Triple H goes from to getting ready to do his little, "I'm gonna spit out water," and so okay, whatever. So the camera gets away from him, and Rick looks at me, and he's like, fuck you, little fat fuck you, motherfucker." Batista, ripped ass motherfucker back then, nothing like he is now, and he's sitting there, and Randy Orton's dying behind Batista because he's fucking like a tiny thing behind this monster. So Randy Orton's dying, everybody's going, and I'm sitting here like, all right, I got their attention, fuck yeah. But then the camera goes off, and Ric Flair looked like he was brokenhearted, like I just told him a truth he didn't want to know, and I said, damn, was it not funny? I thought I was going to get him to laugh. He didn't laugh. Everybody else laughed. They fucking thought it was hilarious. But Rick was like, fuck you, you dirty bastard. The dirtiest player in the game couldn't take a joke? Suck a dick. Come on, baby. What the fuck? This is the guy who, "Hey, ladies, none of you can be first, but all of you can be next. Woo!" Yeah, no. Okay, and you're going to cry about a joke, Ricky? Here's the fucked up part. I found out, because I fell off from watching wrestling sometime, and I found out years later that this fucker actually had a stroke in the middle of a fucking match, and I said, holy shit, did I, what the fuck? Now I really felt bad, but watching them do that match, I missed a big scene because they kicked Randy Orton out that night, right? But I had to go to the bathroom so bad. Ran up those stairs, and my buddy's like, "Don't leave, you're going to miss something, you're stupid, you're going to miss it, Whatever. Ran up there, used the bathroom, and I'm murdering that bathroom. Come out, I hear a pop. They call it a pop. All the crowd's going crazy. And shit. Washing my hands. Fuck, I got to get out there. I don't know what's happening. Jump out of the door, run into the hallway, and I ran into Randy Orton. Apparently that fucking night, they kicked him out. They did some kind of fucking power bomb on him. He popped back up, RKO'd all of them, ran away. My buddy I get downstairs, we run into each other, and he goes, "Hey, the fucking funny kid. Hey, good one, bud." And he fucking runs away, getting to the security. "Get back." And I'm like, "Hey, he was just coming out of the bathroom." I'm fucking going down the stairs. And I'm shocked. I just ran into this. What the fuck? I literally, holy shit. All right, cool. And my buddies, "You just missed it. Fucking dumbass." They kicked out Randy Orton. They fucking powerbombed him, and then he came back and he RKO'd everybody. I said, "You just missed it." I took like a 15-pound dump, and then I ran out of the bathroom, and me and Randy Orton ran into each other, and he was like, "Hey, look, it's the fucking funny kid." Hey, so yeah, I didn't miss shit. You missed it. All right. So I felt very bad. So you know, if Mr. Flair ever sees this, I do apologize, Rick. Seriously, I said it as a fucking joke because I thought I'd make you laugh, but shit happens though. You're still fucking dirtiest player in the game. Woo! Yeah. Sorry, there. Oh, I'm sorry.
That was a congratulatory.
Oh, thank.
You're holding that stipulation, right?
What's that?
You're holding a speech, right?
Yes,
Do I still got a little bit more time, or?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry about that. All right, thank you. Sorry.
Listen, my name is, you can find me.
My name's Susano Salceda. At the moment, you could find my videos on YouTube underneath Susano Salceda. Very soon, there'll be a TikTok coming up with some other name.
I love this name.
Thank you
Oh,
very much.
man.
Thank you.
Listen, do we look like we are related? I think I'm going to keep my beard.
When I wasn't bald, I had such curly hair that if we
They
could
look like
have,
you was
we
mixed,
could
right?
have. I'm just, everybody thinks I'm white, but I am Mexican, and they, "Are you like first generation, but my buddy says I'm nothing because my dad's first generation, and then my mom. No, my dad was Mexican, and my mom was first generation. So he's like, that doesn't count. I said, well, fuck you, buddy.
That's, you know something, Aaron? I think that next Tuesday you should let him come in. For you. You're going to wait, Lee, because it takes one more person to come to do this. And thank you guys for watching at home. And I, you know, I really, really love all of you that send me little notes and things like that. And what's so important is that comedy, acting, singing, podcasting, it's all a performing art. And when I found out that this guy was doing a wonderful class in Berkeley, I said, you should come here. And he's here now, and he's been helping me all night. And he is the director of the Film Actors Cafe. Please welcome Aaron McIntyre. Yeah. You're a headliner. Yeah, baby, bring it up for me, baby. Bring it up.
Yeah, you know, we're a little short-staffed tonight, so, all right, yeah, you get me on camera. Make me look good there, Cinda. Yeah, right. Hey. Woo. Guys. And you are the cutest. Do not let that fucking dog up on the stage with me because he will totally pull focus. Because you can't do scenes with kids and dogs or animals. He loves white people. Well, there's one of us in here then. I'm not a big fan. I am not a big fan of white people. And I like myself. I am pretty racist, though. I'm very racist. I have this one particular race, the human race. Oh man, there's just, you know, it's like you can make generalizations about anybody, you know. Oh, the Persians, they only do this, and the Chinese, they do that, and Japanese people do math. But, you know, there's lots of people everywhere who do all that shit. You know, you don't have to be one of those kind of people, you know. Yeah, I just, you know, I am a little disappointed. I'm glad that, you know, that the color does outweigh the whiteness in this room tonight. Or actually, we're tied. Unless, wait a minute. Now, are you white or are you Jewish?
I did the DNA, so.
So you're a Jew?
Yeah, I think it's Hungarian, Lithuanian, and some.
So you're not a Jew.
I am.
You are a Jew.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Jew. Or are you Jew or are you Jewish?
Oh, I'm not quite.
You're not quite. You're not quite Jew. You're more Jewish. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We just got to get this stuff correct because you know. I mean, I looked at my ancestry. You know, I'm Scottish. So you can call me a Scot. You know. Yeah. And I'm an Ish. But I'm also Irish, and you can't call me an Ire. Don't call me a fucking Ire, man. That'll piss me off. You know, I do have to say, Lee, you were talking about going to, maybe you could go to Oahu, right? You could go to Hawaii, you know, for a little R&R, you know. And you said, you know, it'll make things fonder. You know, it makes the heart grow fonder, right? And maybe you'll also get fondled. And, you know, and then you got a double whammy there. You know what I'm saying? Got a double whammy. Be perfect. Yeah, I don't. The white people are way too judgy. You know, they just judge everything. You know, and black people and Hispanic people, everybody else has just already convicted me. So you know, I'm down for that. You know, that's fine. I would much rather be convicted than judged, because the judging is, you know, do they? Don't they? You know, does she like me? Does she not like me? You know, that's always the questions that come up. You were also, who was talking about the songs? Somebody was talking about music. Because I was listening to this song the other night. I remember when I was a kid. Does anybody know, you guys know the night the lights went out in Georgia? Yeah? Night, right? I knew every fucking word when I was a kid because it played endlessly. It was on the radio all the time. So I had the whole damn thing down. And it, no, it was some woman. I can't remember. Yeah, it was some girl. Anyway, yeah, Lawrence. Not Sarah Lawrence, the famous college woman, but Vicki Lawrence. Lights went out in Georgia. Well, I knew all those words, and then the other night I was watching some show, and they did the whole song, and I realized I knew all the words, but I realized that I didn't understand what the fucking song was about. I knew all of the words. Well, okay, so here's the story. Guy goes into a bar to talk to his best friend about his wife, and his best friend tells him, yeah, your wife has been sleeping with this guy, this other guy, sleeping around. And so the guy gets pissed off because his friend has been sleeping with his wife. And then his friend who he's talking to says, well, I kind of slept with her too. So both of these guys are sleeping with the guy's wife. And so he gets pissed off and he goes to the house to kill him. He goes to the house and he comes to the back door and he looks in and there he is lying dead on the floor. He's dead already. So the guy didn't even get to do the crime. He didn't even get to kill the guy who was stripping his wife, right? So we go through this whole thing. He doesn't kill his other friend that he was talking about. I guess, maybe I don't know, maybe he liked his friend better or something. He just didn't like that Billy Ray or whatever hick name they gave the perpetrator of the affair. But the upshot is, we find out at the very last verse that the murderer was the guy's sister. So the guy murders her brother's wife because she was cheating on him. And I was like, and she got away with it, which is the good thing, because that's the end of the song. It's like, yep, I got away with it. I killed a motherfucker, and he's dead. I just thought that was kind of interesting, that we had and it was such a poppy song, And the night that the lights went out in Georgia, that's that they hung an innocent man. Well, that should have been the thing that told me that there was something going on in this song. But when I was a kid, you're just fucking repeating words in your head, I didn't know that, that it wasn't, that Beast of Burden, the Beast of Burden, it's Rolling Stones, right? I thought the whole time it was I Can Smell Your Pizza Burning. And that was an embarrassing conversation when I was singing with my friends going, I can smell your pizza burning. My dad thought it was Help Me Rhonda, yeah, get her out of my car. Get her out of my car, boom, 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 boom. So many things. So many things did kind of get muddled up. But one of the things that I thought was amazing is, do you remember The Crying Game? Do you remember The Crying Game? Did you ever see The Crying Game? No? You heard about it? Yeah. When it first came out, all these people were like, oh my God, you got to see this movie. Oh my God. And there's a twist at the end. There's a big twist at the end. You're going to be blown away. And as soon as Jay Davies, who's the guy who played, I think it was Jay Davies, I better get that name right. Anyway, as soon as he came on screen, I went, well, I hope that the surprise wasn't that that's a woman or that's a man. because, yeah, I could tell very, very clearly, very clearly. I wonder how many, there should be a statistic. Don't you think there should be a statistic of the number of straight men who have gone home with trans women and found out that they were trans after they all got undressed? I think there should be a statistic for that, because I think that that should be full disclosure. I think it should be. It's like, okay, before we go home, you should know I have a dick. Might be something that... but I understand, because when you're a man, you want to get laid. You're not going to give up that kind of information, right? Right? No way. Yeah, I want to get laid. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else? There were so many things going on in the world right now because, and getting back to the politics right now. I'm going to talk a little bit about politics. Why not? Because I think that it's really, really insane how many of these white evangelical Christian people think that they're being canceled. And it's like, do you know how many of you are on this planet? You cannot possibly fucking be canceled. You can't be canceled. There's too many of you. There's no way. We would. It'd be crazy. And they're talking about, oh, their culture is being taken. White people don't have any culture. Double wides, Pabst Blue Ribbon and lawn chairs, or the Starlight Room at the ball with martinis with Biffy and Susie are not, that's your culture. There's nothing in between. There's no culture there. And now the whites are trying to fucking appropriate apartheid, They're trying to say, ooh, it's a genocide. It's a genocide. You are such pussies. I swear to God. I know. Now, I am a pussy. I'm the biggest pussy I know, okay? I do not like pain. I don't know, I know sometimes people talk, and I got into some fucking rough places, and I kicked his ass. I have never done that. I just cannot stand pain. I watch a Die Hard movie and I break 3 ribs. It's like, I'm an empath. I'm empathetic. I'm an empath. Love it when people say that. I'm an empath. But yeah, I've never really understood why people would hit each other. I understand that there are people who have very, very strong opinions, strong things that they believe, and the other person doesn't agree with them. And I have learned over the years that all I have to say is, interesting. That's it. Interesting. Walk away. Now, you attack my family, that's a different story. I come after you with my machete. Let's see what else in the last 2 minutes I can talk about. We were talking about my daughter. My daughter's in New Zealand. She's a prison guard in a kiddie prison. It's a kiddie prison, so, it's just underage rapists and murderers. So, that makes it a little bit easier when I get the phone calls about what she's going through every day. She called me up one day and said, Dad, guess what? I got called a cunt for the first time today. And it was her first day. And I thought, wow, that's great. Congratulations. I'm so happy you hit that milestone. Well, this has been fun. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aaron McIntyre, and it's spelled a little different. It's A-E-R-O-N. It's not A-A-Ron, so don't call me A-A-Ron. Call me A-E-Ron, because it's much sexier. And I do have a class here on Tuesday nights, next Tuesday night, 7 p.m., right here at the LA School of Comedy. I have a class. You can come in, check it out, see if you like it. If you like it, prices are very reasonable. But the first one, you can come in for free and check it out. So please, show up 7 p.m. Tuesday nights. And you can find me at Aaron McIntyre everywhere, A-E-R-O-N-M-A-C-I-N-T-Y-R-E, or at the filmactorscafe.com. And we've got great merch, too. Got nice T-shirts. Got some great T-shirts and some sweatshirts with hoodies and stuff. So thank you for being such a lovely audience. And Bodie, dude, go catch a wave, dude. Now I'm going to bring up Cinda Kronquist.
Stay with me. Listen, guys, if people tell you you're funny, you probably are, but you won't know until you take it from the page to the stage. And we have a great class that we do here. If you're interested in doing it, you work with me 4 times. You go up 4 times, you get a show. If you work with us, he's going to give you a Tuesday anyway because he's nice.
Nice. I'm nice.
And also, please stay tuned. We're also casting for a new show. And we need people who enjoy karaoke. So if you enjoy karaoke, make sure you give Aaron your information, and we'll let you guys know what we're up to. And for everyone else who's watching, I'm Sunda Kronquist. You can find me on all platforms at Sunda Live. And Salceda. Huepa, Salceda. Say huepa, Salceda. Wepa, wepa, ahí ama. Gracias, everybody. Tengo un buen noche allá in the world of Paterson, New Jersey. Hey, everybody, my name is Sundar Krunquist. You guys have been great. Good night, and even the dog. Ruff, 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 ruff. Thank you. Thank you, IG.